Hi everyone. In this video, I'll be solving the math revision sheet for grade 5. Let's start with question number 1. It says, round each number. So in the first column, we have the numbers, and here we have round to the nearest whole number, and then round to the nearest tenth. Okay, first of all, let's do the first column. It says round to the nearest whole number. We said that round to the nearest whole number, I can replace it with ones, which is the units, the first digit, like here, for example, 0 or 5 or 3. So normally when I say whole number, it means I don't need to have any decimal values. So first, let me underline all the units or the ones digit. 8, 3, 5, 9. Okay, now we need to do the rounding. As we said before, if I need to round the values, I underline the one that they ask for. They ask for the ones, I underline it, and then I check one number behind it. For example, here I need to check number 4. Okay, is number 4 will round my value up or down? So as a revision, small revision, I'll write there. So the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, those are round down. And then we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is round. Okay. So number 4, as you know, it's round down. So we keep 0 as it is. We don't add anything or subtract anything. So, and the last digit that I should write is the one that I underlined. So the answer for the first one is 0. Now for the second one, 5, we look at 9. 9 is round up. So we should add 1 for the underlined value, which is 5. I should add 1. It will be 6. Next one, 13. So 3, I look one value behind is 2. 2 is round down. So that 3 will stay the same. But do I write only 3? Of course not. We write the value that's underlined and everything that is on the left. So it's 13. Because if I'm rounding 13, it should be something close to 13. So if I write 3, it's wrong. Next one, we have 28. So we underline 8, we check the 6. 6 means round up. So that 8, we add 1, it will be 9. So 29. Next one, we have 3. We look one value behind is 9. 9 means round up, 74. Then we have here 45. So 5, we look one value behind 6. 6 round up, 46. Then we have 99 here. We underline 9. We check the 5. 5 means round up. So we should add 1 here. We should add 1 to that 9. When I add 1 to this 9, it will be 10. So I cannot write 10. So I will write 0 and I will add 1 to the next digit. So if I add 1 to the 99, I will get 100. So if I round 99 up, it will be 100. We add 1. Now, let me remove those so we can do the rounding to the nearest tenth. Okay. Now, when we say tenth, this is not tenth, okay? Which means the first value after the decimal point. For example, here it's 4. This is the 10th digit. 9, 2, 6, 9, 6, 5. So we underline the 10th digit. Now we need to do rounding, exactly the same steps. You check one number behind, and then you check is it round up or down, and you continue. So the first number underlined is 4. We look behind, it's 6. 6 means round up. So that 4 will be 5. So it's 0.5. And again, the last digit that I write is the one that is underlined. We don't continue. Now 5.9. So 9 we look behind is 2. 2 round down. So 9 will stay the same. 5.9. 2 is underlined. We check 7, round up. So this 2 will be 3. 13.9. 3. Now, under line 6, we check 8. 8 is round up. 6 will be 7. 28.7. Here we have a 9 underlined. We check behind is we have 5 round up. Again, the same thing. If I round 9 up, I should add 1. So when I add 1 to the 9, it will be 10. I don't write 10. I write 0, and I give 1 to the next digit. So that 3 will be 4. So when I round 73.9, it will be 74. And we just put 0.0. Actually, it has no meaning, but we put it because understand that I'm doing rounding to the nearest tenth. So I can have one value after the decimal point. Now 6 is underlined. We check 1 behind is 1. 1 is round down. So 6 will remain the same. 51.45, sorry, 45.6. Now 5, we check 8. 8 means round up. So 99.6. Okay, next question. Write the fractions in order, smallest to largest. We need to order them from the smallest one to the largest one. Okay, but first, this is comparing fractions. We cannot compare fractions if the denominators are not the same. The numbers down are not the same. We have 8, 4, 4, 2. Okay, always we check the highest value, 8. Can I make this 4, 8? Yes. Can I make this 4, 8? Yes. Can I make 2, 8? Yes. How? We use multiplication. Now, first step, I will write the value that I need to multiply by. So for the first one, 8 is okay. The second one, 1 over 4, I should multiply it by 2. Second one, 3 over 4, I will also multiply it by 2. 1 over 2, so 2 to make it 8, I should multiply it by 4. Now let me write the values. The first one, 3 over 8, doesn't change. The second one, 1 over 4, I should multiply by 2. But as we said before, equivalent fraction means we multiply up and down by the same value. So 1 over 4, we multiply 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 4 is 8. Now we have a common denominator. Now 3 over 4, I times it by 2 will be 6 over 8. Last one, I times it by 4. 1 times 4 is 4. 2 times 4 is 8. Okay, now since all of them, they have the same denominator, I can compare them. First, let me write the order like this. Smallest first. So this should be the first one. Then this is bigger, the second one. This is bigger, the third one. And this is the biggest, the fourth one. But now it's not enough because I should order the original fractions here. Those ones should be ordered, not the new one. So I keep writing them again. Now, who was the first one? This is the first one. The place of it is the second. So I write 1 over 4 is less than. Now, the one who has order 2, it's the first fraction, 3 over 8, less than. Now, the third one is the last fraction, which is 1 over 2. And at the end, the biggest one is the third fraction, which is 3 over 4. So this is the last answer, actually. So we should order, at the end, we should order the original fractions, not the new ones. Now, for part B, again, we need to order them. Denominators are not the same. We always check the highest denominator, which is 24. Can I make 12 24? Yes. Times it by 2. Can I make 8 equal to 24? Yes. Times it by 3. And the 3, we multiply it by 8. We do the same thing. First, we write 7 over 12 times 2, 14 over 24. Second fraction is already over 24. Third fraction, I multiply by 3. 5 times 3 is 15. 8 times 3 is 24. Then last one times by 8. 2 times 8, 16. 3 times 8 is 24. Now just we do small order here. The smallest one is 13, and then 14, and then 15, and then 16. Now, as we said before, we order the original fractions. So the first one was the second place, so 13 over 24. The second one was the first fraction, 7 over 12. Third one is the third fraction, 5 over 8. And the biggest one, the last one, is 2 over 3. So these are the steps that you need to use in the exam. You should show all your work. Now, next we have find the answer of the multiplication. So we need to multiply fractions. Now, as you know, let me do the first one like this. We have 1 over 5 times 2 over 3. In multiplication, do I have to make the same denominator or common denominator? No, we don't have, because multiplication is so easy. How do we multiply fractions? We multiply numerators together, up times down, and we multiply denominators together. So here we will have 1 times 2 is 2. 5 times 3 is 15. Now we check, does the question says write it in simplest form? No, it doesn't say. So we only do the multiplication. Now for the first one, it's 2 over 15. The second one, 3 times 6, 18. 4 times 10, 40. Okay, now here there's a problem. We have normal value 3 times 4 over 9. We said up times up, down times down. But 3, it has only like one place. So we can make it fraction, by the way. We make it over 1. Now it becomes a fraction. So all integers or normal values, you can make them fraction by making them divided by 1, over 1. Now I do 3 times 4, 12. 1 times 9 is 9. Next one, we do the same thing, over 1. 5 times 13, here you do 5 times 10 is 50. 5 times 3, 15. So 50 and 15 is 65. Over 1 times 15, 15. Now here, we have 2 times mixed number, 5 and 2 over 7. You multiply them part by part. We do 2 times 5, and then 2 times 2 over 7. 2 times 5 is 10. Then 2 times 2 over 7, 4 over 7. So the answer is 10 and 4 over 7. Now, question F, 2 times 6, 2 times 3 over 8. 2 times 6 is 12. 2 times 3 over 8, it's 6 over 8. Next, 10 times 1, 10 times 4 over 9. 10 times 1 is 10. 10 times 4 over 9 is 40 over 9. Now, before we continue the questions, here I put for you a summary, but you have to memorize it for the exam. It won't be given. So this is for converting the metric units. For the length, as we said, we have kilometers, meters, centimeters, millimeters. You should memorize them in order. Which one is the largest one? Kilometers. Now I told you the easiest way to memorize it, we write them in order, kilometer, meters, centimeter, millimeters. Then it's 1,000, 100, 10. When we go back, it's division. So from bigger value, from bigger unit to smaller unit, we multiply. but the opposite way, vice versa. From smaller unit to bigger unit, we divide. So we should memorize it like this: 1,000, 100, 10. Now for the mass, or the weight, you don't have to memorize all of them. We need ton, kilogram, and gram. But why I include the fourth one? To show you that all of them are the same thing, times 1,000, or divide by 1,000. So in the mass, or the weight, it's so easy to memorize. We multiply or divide by 1,000. Same goes to the capacity, or the volume. And as you can see here, for the liquid, we find the volume. You need to memorize the liter and milliliter. But again, I have all of them because the same thing. We multiply by 1,000 or we divide by 1,000. So it's easy to memorize. Now we have these tables to solve these questions. Here it says, complete the table below. We are using length. We have meter, centimeter, and millimeter. At the end, we have round to the nearest 100 millimeter. So the last column, we will do it at the end. We will talk about it. Now let's do the length from meter, centimeter, millimeter. Now, as we said, or as we memorized actually, from meter to centimeter, I'm going from bigger to smaller, so I multiply. We memorized kilometer to meter, 1,000, meter to centimeter, 100. So I should multiply by 100. Now, when I check the values, there's decimal point. So as it was included before, the decimal point, let me explain it here. We said, in multiplication, I move it to the right. For division, I move the decimal to the left. Now, how many steps? If it is 10, how many zeros we have? 1. So it's 1 step. If it is 100, how many zeros we have? 2. So it's 2 steps. So that's what I need to do. Now here it's multiplication, so I should move the decimal point to the right. How many steps? Times by 100, 2 steps. 1 step, 2 steps. So as you know that, the decimal point now is out. So the decimal point, if it goes to the right place till the end, it's out. But we cannot make it out from the left, only from the right side. So I move it 2 steps, the decimal point is out, so it's 17 centimeter. Now let's continue. From centimeter to millimeter, again, from bigger unit, smaller unit, I multiply by 10 this time. Now I need to multiply 17 by 10. Do I have decimal point to move it? No. So we add 0. Multiply by 10, we add 1 0. It's 170. Next one, 3.82. We move the decimal point to step 1, 2, the decimal point is out. 382. Now we need to convert to millimeter, so we multiply by 10. So we add 0, 3,820. Okay. Now let's continue. From centimeter to millimeter, I multiply by 10. So I move the decimal point 1 step. It's out. 4,507. Now 13.74 centimeter. Converted to millimeter, we move the decimal point 1 step because I'm multiplying by 10. 137.4. Now let me remove those. Now I need to go from centimeter to millimeter. I'm going from smaller unit to bigger unit, so I divide. By how much? By 100. Now, let's check the centimeter. We have 450.7. I need to move the decimal point, this time division, so I move it to the left. 100, 2 steps. I need to move it 2 steps. 1, 2. It's between 4 and 5. So 4.507 meters. The next one, We move it 2 steps to the left because it's division 1, 2. Do we say that the decimal point is out? No, it can be only out from the right side. So here we put the decimal, we write the numbers. Can I have it empty on the left, like 0.1300? No, I should put 0, 0.1374. Now we need to convert from millimeter to centimeter. From smaller unit to bigger unit, I divide. Millimeter to centimeter, 10. So there's no decimal point. Normally, the decimal point can leave it from the right. Now I bring it back from the right side also. Divided by 10 means we bring it 1 step. So this will be 739.5. Let's do the... Oh, okay, let's continue for the centimeter to millimeter. We divide by 100. So we move the decimal point 2 steps. 1, 2. 7.395. Now the last one, 583. We divide by 10, so we bring the decimal 1 step. 58.3. Now I move it 2 steps here. Will be 0.583 meters. So we finished the converting. Okay, now we have the last part, which is round to the nearest 100 millimeter. Let's talk about it. Okay, as we learned before in the first question, question number 1, we underline the digit that I'm rounding to. They said 100 millimeter. So first of all, I'm looking at the millimeter column. They said 100, I underlined the 100 digit. So it's 1 here, this is the 100. 8 here, this is the 100. 5, this is the 100. 1, this is the 100. 3, and 5. So I underlined all the 100 digits. Now the first one, 1. We look at 7, 7 round up. So that one will be 2. But here it's not decimal, we have normal values. So imagine 170. If I need to round it up, would it be 2 or 200? It's 200, so we put 2 zeros instead of the 70. Now, 3,820. So 8, we look back at 2, it's round down. So I write the 3, I write the 8, and since it's round down, everything after that is 0. So 3,820, if I round it down, it will be 3,800. Always test your answer logically. Is it close? Yes, it is close, so it's correct. Next one, I put the 4. 5, we check behind it, 0. 0 round down, 4,500. Next one, 137.4. We check 3 is round down. So 130, if I round it down, will be 100. Next one, 7,000. Now 3, we check behind it, it's 9. Round up, be 400. Then 583. We check at 8 is round up. So 5 will be 6. And then we put 100. So this is how we round millimeter. Sorry, this is how we round to the nearest 100 millimeter. So we underline the 100 digit and then we check behind it. Now this is for the lengths. Now for the mass. Here we have mass kilogram in gram and then round to the nearest kilogram. Okay, I will keep the rounding also to the last thing. Now from kilogram to gram, I'm going from bigger unit to smaller unit, so I multiply. From kilogram to gram, we said mass and capacity is very easy. Everything is 1,000. We multiply by 1,000. So I need to move the decimal point 3 steps. Okay, 1 step, 2 step. Now the decimal point is out, and I still have one more step. So look, this is 2 steps. The decimal point is out. I need one more step, so we add 0. 420. Next one, same thing. 1 step, 2 step, the decimal point is out. There's still one more step, so I add 0. This one, same thing also. 1 step, 2 step, and the decimal point is out. We add 0. Now, from mass, the mass of gram to kilogram, from smaller unit to bigger unit, we divide by 1000. So we bring the decimal point, we move it 3 steps. 1, 2, 3. The answer will be 7.85. Some of the student will write 7.850 is also correct. Now 3 steps, 1, 2, 3. 15.32. Now here 3 steps, 1, 2. I still need one more step, so let me do like this. And I fill that empty place with 0. So it will be 0.089. But as we said before, we don't leave it empty, so we put 0.089. Now I need to do the rounding. Now for rounding, we check. It says round to the nearest kilogram. So this is similar to round to the nearest whole number. They said round to the nearest kilogram. It means we don't need decimal. So let me underline the ones. 0, 5, 5, 7, 5, 0. This is round to the nearest kilogram. Now the first one, 0, we check behind it. We have 4. 4 round down, so it will be 0. 0 kilogram. Now 5, we check behind it is 1. 1 means round down, so 5 kilogram. Now we have 25. We underline 5. We check 6. 6 round up. That 5 will be 6. So not 25, it's 26 kilogram. Now in the line 7, we check 8. 8 round up. So 8 kilogram. 5, we check 3. 3 round down. So 15 kilogram. Last one, 0. We check behind it 0. So it's 0 kilogram. So here we did rounding to the nearest 1 kilogram. After the mass, we have the capacity or the volume, liter and milliliter. Then round to the nearest 100 milliliter. Again, the rounding, we keep it to the end. Now to convert, again, this is easy. We use 1000. Liter to milliliter. From bigger unit to smaller unit times by 1000. So we move 2 steps here. So the decimal point is out. I need one more step, so I add 0. 25, there's no decimal. So I need to times it by 1000, so we add 0. How many? 1000 has 3 zeros, so I add 3. 1, 2, 3. Now 0.57 times by 1000, 2 steps, and then we add 0. Now the opposite way, from milliliter to liters, we divide by 1000. So we move the decimal point 3 steps. 1, 2, 3. So it's 0.5 or 0.500, the same thing. 0.5 is better. 3 steps also here. 1, 2, 3. 1.35. 3 steps. 2.775. Now rounding. What do we need to round? Let's check. We need to round milliliter, and it's 100. So we check the milliliter column. We underline the 100 digit. 100. Here it's 0. 500. 500. 300. 700. Rounding has the same rules, okay? So we'll not repeat them again. We check 4. It's round down. 3,100. Here it's 0. We check behind it is 0. So it will stay 0. So the same thing. We check here behind the 5 is 7. 7 round up. 600. 500 is already the same. 3 we check behind it. Round up. 1,400. And here 2,800. As we check behind the 7. Now next question. Okay. Draw lines with the following lengths. So if I brought this question in the exam, we won't have those. So this is for me, just I put it here so I can explain for you. But for you, you should have your own ruler so you can draw the lines. We need to draw 3.7 centimeter. As you can see, the ruler is in centimeter. This is 1 centimeter, 2 centimeter, 3 centimeters. But when I say millimeter, millimeter are those small dashes here. So each 10 millimeters is 1 centimeter. Each 10 millimeters will make 1 centimeter. Another 10, 1 centimeter. So first I need to draw 3.7 centimeter. Let me make a straight line. 3.7, we start from 0. This is a 3. Now 0.7, I need 5 lines. This line here is the 5, and then 2 more. Let me go closer. Let me do it again. 3, this is 3.5, then 2 lines extra. This is 3.7. Next one, it says 59 millimeter. Well, using the ruler, I don't like to use millimeter. So I would convert it directly to centimeter. How? We divide by 10. So it will be 5.9 centimeters. Now we draw the straight line. We start from 0. This is 5. Now 0.9. Close to 6, but 1 dash behind. This is 5.9. Next one, 10.5. This is 10.5 is on that line. This is 10.5 centimeter. Last one, 14 millimeter. As we said, it's better if I make it centimeter. We divide by 10. 1.4 centimeters. 1.4. Let me go a little bit down. I need the numbers. This is 1 centimeter. This is 1 centimeter. Now 4. It's here before the 5. This is 1.4. So in the exam, I allow like 1 millimeter less or 1 millimeter more. But if you're using if you are using your ruler perfectly, you will get it correct. Okay, next. This question, it says, this is for the last chapter. Find the volume of the cube and cuboid. Here we said to find the volume means the space inside the shape. The space inside the shape. So in order to have volume, we must have a 3D shape that has length, width, and height. Now first I need to find the volume of the cube, that one. As you can see, there is only one value here. It says 4 inches. We said that the cube means it's multiple of squares. In the square, all sides are equal. So this is 4. This side is 4. This side is 4. All the sides are 4. First, we write the formula. The volume is equal to length times width times the height. Length, which is 4, times the width here, which is 4, times the height, which is also 4. Why? Because, as we said, it's multiple of squares, so all the sides are equal, 4, 4, 4. 4 times 4, 16. 16 times 4, 64. Is it correct? No, because we have to write the unit. Here it says 4 inches, so 64 inches, but I'm finding the volume. I'm multiplying inch by inch by inch. It's 64 inches cubed. I must add that 3, which is to the power of 3 inches cubed. Now, next shape, we have the cuboid. This is the length, this is the width, and this is the height. So we write the formula again. Volume is equal to length times width times height. The length is 10, the width is 4, the height is 3. Someone might ask, teacher, is it okay if I mix them, like change their order? Yes, because it's multiplication. I can make it 4 times 3 times 10, whatever. Now, 3 times 4, 12. 12 times 10, we just add 0. It's 120. Don't forget the unit. There will be marks for the unit in the exam. Centimeter cubed, because here I have centimeter. Okay, that's it. Hope you understand it. And please study hard and good luck for your exam.